Okay, we're live on the Paul Pluta channel, paid watch reviews with Clive. And today, Clive, we're doing I'm steering more into your genre, because if the viewers don't get the photo right, you just baff the collection. So yeah, let's have a look at this here. Let's have a look at this.
Now, if someone wants to do you to do their collection, review their collection, how would they do that?
They look in the description and they email me. They can PayPal me $20 US for a collection review and 35 with a review with Clive.
Now, isn't it even possible for a viewer to do an active live stream?
Live show? Yes, they can. I am more than happy to do live shows with people, but the viewers are a bit scared. So, Clive, I got to be honest with you.
But you can also blot their faces out. You can just make it audio only.
We can. I don't think they like it, Clive. I got to be honest with you. I had no takers. Absolutely no takers.
Well, they're afraid you're going to screw it up and show their faces on screen like your credit card statements. But that's not going to happen, right? No,
that's right there.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go here, Clive. This is a collection review right up your alley. So I'm gonna bring up a picture of the collection so you can have a look at it firstly to start with, and you can critique it a bit, Clive. What do you think?
Let's see.
Rolex. Okay, let me read you the script.
Tudor on the far left.
Yes.
Rolex Datejust two-tone. Rolex, two-tone Jubilee. Rolex Datejust stainless steel, Romanesque dial, and then a no-date sub. Is that ceramic or pre-ceramic?
I think it's a pre-ceramic. Look, let me read the review. Hi, Arch. I'm a fan of the channel. I like your honesty, no bullshit review. It's refreshing to watch. I was hoping you could do a paid review. Attached is a picture of my collection. $50 on the way for the review. Thank you, sir. A little bit extra always helps out. I started my watch collection with the Rolex Datejust 116200. It was a graduation gift from my parents. They gave me the choice to pick any Rolex watch I wanted. I didn't have any idea at the time and was not into watches. I just picked the simplest one I saw, which is a white dial Roman numeral Datejust. This watch has been with me for 10 years now, and I still love the watch. I would, however, have chosen a Submariner or Daytona if I know what I know now. Number 2, my second watch is a Rolex Datejust 116233, two-tone in a Jubilee bracelet. I bought this myself to celebrate a promotion at work. I saved for years to be able to fund this watch. I bought it used from a great dealer. I love the weird dial. It is not the most legible, but it's certainly flashy. It gets a lot of compliments. I get a lot of compliments on this watch. Thirdly, my third watch is the Submariner ceramic no date. It's a ceramic. There you go, Clive. I bought this new. It's a wedding gift to myself, so I use that as an excuse to buy it new. I had this watch for 6 months now and worn it for only a few occasions. I have a very small wrist, around 6 inches, and therefore the Submariner looks and feels too big. My daily wear is the Datejust 116200 and the Datejust 116233, both at 36mm size. My fourth watch is the Tudor Black Bay 36. This is a recent purchase. I bought it used and it was a bargain. The watch looks like a Submariner without the bezel and at a smaller size, which is perfect for me. I also love the snowflake hands. This is a Tudor Black Bay 36mm. What do you think of my collection? I am expecting a bonus from work soon and thinking of adding another one. My budget is around $5,000 US. What do you recommend I buy? As you can tell, I love the Rolex brand. I tried other brands before. I bought a Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Control in the past, but immediately sold it after a few months. In my opinion, it did not compare to Rolex. I'm looking at a Turnograph 36mm. This is a very good buy and a good addition to my collection. The one with the blue dial looks amazing. Or should I try the Omega Man on the Moon? Keep up the great work and great vids. Also appreciate if you keep my name private. Yours, JC. So what do you think there, JC? What do you think of JC's collection?
That's nice. Two Datejust is a little unusual. Usually people choose one, but yeah, but it's nice. The tutor's decent. No complaints actually.
I really like it.
He could have done a lot worse getting a new piece from a dealer than the ceramic no date. So you got to hand him props on that one.
Yeah, and I mean, look, as he said there, his parents said pick a Rolex. I mean, it's hard to know which one to go. And I mean, let's be honest, double one 6200. That's the Datejust with the steel Datejust, all steel. That's a damn nice piece. That is a beautiful piece, and he chose a really sensible dial. I think that is a classic. You could just wear that throughout your life. It's a beautiful. He's a very lucky man to have that given to him by his parents. I mean, I don't know about you, Clive. My parents never gave me a Rolex. What about your parents? Did they ever offer a Rolex for you? You want a Rolex, son? Get off and work. Get a job.
Right, and no. Now, okay, and the fact if this no-date ceramic is too big, that poses a problem. And as Captain Zed pointed out, which I hardly concur, if the sub is too big, the man on the moon is going to be too big.
Yes, to tell you the truth there, Clive, let me just wrap up. Let me just make a few comments there. What do I think of his collection? I quite like it. I really do like this collection. I think it is I think it's nice. I also $5,000. I got to be honest with you. I'm not really a big fan of the Turnograph. I think this guy likes more modern pieces. My view for him would be the sweet spot would be 90s and noughties pieces. Okay, so I would seriously say Rolex Explorer 1 would be ideal.
You suck. That's what I was going to say. Get in a 36mm size.
Yeah, I mean, that is a perfect sports watch. You know, that is a perfect piece. I would say the Omega Speedmaster reduced. That's about 38 mils. I think he could do it because he doesn't want a bigger watch. The other thing is, let me say this. How about the Bregster? See, the Breguet. Now, the only problem with the Breguet is you've got to buy that used. Otherwise, you will take a nasty depreciation curve. But you can buy a Breguet Type 20 like mine. You can get them for $4,000 or $5,000 US. And it is actually a 39 mil, 38, 39 mil. It's under the 40. That could be a good chronograph to get there. He is a Rolex man. He does love his Rolex. I would say I would probably get a late 2000s. Don't get the Rattlesnake Explorer 2. Maybe a wouldn't it be nice to have a 40 mil Explorer 2 in there, Clive?
So we can have another watch that's too big.
No, I didn't say ceramic. I think the ceramic proportions look bigger. But a 40 mil Polar, like mine, would that be too big?
It might. It might.
Because he likes his sub. He'd never sell his sub. That was a wedding gift he bought for himself. Hopefully this watch lasts longer than his marriage. Because, I mean, you're a divorce attorney, Clive. I mean, let's face it. Half of marriages end in divorce, don't they?
Right. Well, and yeah, okay. Here's my pick. Now, and of course, my first thing is obviously the 36 mil Explorer 1, but and again the white Datejust with the white dial Datejust with the oyster bracelet, nice classic piece.
It is very nice.
That's actually the youngster's Rolex. Rolex. That's
Yeah,
what young hip people like.
Yes,
Without anyone under 40, that's
it's
exactly what they want.
It's a date just, so it's not these morons who are pedantic. The date just is, I think, is so cool. That particularly with the oyster bracelet, that is just such a cool, beautiful watch. No problems with that.
Now, here's what I'd say. I mean, 5,000. I could make it a lead pipe cinch. Now on the other hand, he likes the two-tone. But he likes the compliments he gets, even though he says it's not the most legible dial. I would say, and he might be able to pull this up with. Well, do we know where he's from or not?
No, we don't.
I'd say flip the two-tone date just, add the 5,000 to it, and get a
no.
Yep.
No.
President. He likes the flash. He will have more an all-right dress model. If you look around, you can still find like an 1803 or an 18038. Fairly good condition for that. All gold, and the right size for him. If the two-tone is getting attention for him on his wrist, think how much attention a president would. And that would be, I mean, I think if he looks hard, he might be able to find one for 5 maybe, but get it, sell or trade in the date just, try not to lose your arse on it. And president, there you go.
Clive, that's mean. I think it's a very complicated move to do. I would say seriously.
Or an all gold date just.
Young guy like this, right? Seriously. He's in his 30s, Clive. I would say to him, build up a beautiful arsenal of Rolex and Tudor watches. I would say to him, Explorer 2 Polar, yes, get the pre-42 mil, the 40 mil one. I would say get a Explorer 1, 36 mil. That's a 14.
Yeah,
14,270. That's a great piece.
If you get a pre-owned, he looks around, he can definitely get that, I think, within his price range.
Yeah. I would say down the track date, we don't have to hit all our targets so quick. It's kind of, I would be less inclined to sell the 116233. I think it's a beautiful watch. I think it really is beautiful. And I'd be less inclined to do that. I think that's not a smart thing to do, Clive. I think he's better off. You know what else? What about a Tudor North flag?
No, possibly, but it seems like the Tudor, or sorry, you got me doing it. The Tudor is his least favorite among them, from what I can tell. Or I would say just keep saving up a little bit longer and go day date. Day date, you don't even have to, of course, you might as well go president, but, get a nice leather strap for it, and that'll dress it down a little bit. He likes the attention of what the two-tone is getting for him.
Yeah, I don't know whether the solid gold would be, I think that might be a bit of overkill. And I get the impression this guy's Asian, and it's kind of an older uncle would wear the day date. I think he's not quite ready.
No, disagree. That especially for an well, let me put it this way. I think the two-tone is older more than a all gold one would be.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I love his two-tone. I think it's beautiful. I really like his collection. It's got some interesting pieces there, and he's got an interesting he's got some beautiful look. I think he's got to be congratulated. He's got a beautiful piece. He doesn't mention what he's bought his wife there. I hope she's got some watches too. Maybe he could. It's always good for her to have a piece too, so she supports the hobby. I really think he's starting to. I love the collection. I love the two Datejust. I think Datejust, they're so different. One's Jubilee, one's Oyster, one's fluted bezel, one's smooth, one is two-tone, one's steel. I think it just works so well. One's Romans, one's Arabics. I love that pair. I love Sub, the No Date Sub. I think that is superb watch. And I also love the Tudor. These four pieces really pop for me. I think this is a nice collection. Again, he's used a flash when he's taken the photo. I think that's made the two-tone Datejust photo look terrible. It hasn't done anything for that photo for that watch. But I think he's got a beautiful collection. I'd add an Explorer 1. Add an Explorer 1. That's what I'd be adding. Mind you,
especially with the price and size limitations, that's about all he can really do.
Yeah, see, a Milgauss would be too big.
Right.
Maybe an Air King. Would you add? Oh, well, he doesn't need an Air King. He's got two Datejust. He doesn't need an Air King. He doesn't need an Air King. Small chronographs. What about the Tudor Black Bay? I think that's too big. That's too big. Monte Carlo's far too. I found that watch far too big as well.
But he likes the gold. He likes the flash. I still say Day-Date.
Eventually Day-Date, but I don't see why he needs to sell the Datejust. I think
it's superfluous. That's why.
Yeah, but they do such different things. They're beautiful. I look at this collection and go, wow, it's got something to it.
He likes the gold. He likes the flash.
Okay, we will beg to differ here, Clive. You're not here to be a sheep. You're here to have your own opinion. And I got to tell you, I think in his case there, let's just see, we've answered all the questions. He said he tried other brands before. He said they didn't. There's a lot to be said for collecting Rolex. Rolex is very, very cool. I like the snowflake hands on the Tudor. That is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Really, really do like that. I think, as much as it pains me to say it, I think the Man on the Moon is no good because it's 42 and a half. It's 42 mils. 42 mils. It's really pushing the envelope, Clive. You don't want to get that. That's too big. That's too big. Don't do it. 40 mil is the maximum. So unfortunately, yeah. The good thing is there's some great buys in the 36 mil size. There is some absolute cracker watches out there.
Right.
And I got to say, Rolex, there's nothing wrong with sticking with Rolex. Rolex is you stick with Rolex most of the time, Clive, don't you?
Yeah, actually I do.
And there's something to be said. Rolex is so cool. It's a really cool brand there. I like his collection. I'd hate to see him sell one piece. I don't want to see him. I want to see him add to it. I don't want him to sell and upgrade. I like to see him. I don't want to encourage flipping. Flipping, I think, is dumb. And these are so versatile. It's just
save up until you find a Datejust.
A Day-Date, you mean?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Or possibly
Explorer 1
or a gold Day-Date, gold Datejust.
No. That's a dumb move, Clive. They're hard to sell. No. People are no. Don't do that. That's bad advice, Clive. Sorry, I've got to step in there. Clive, it's a nice collection. I really like it, but
yes.
Yeah, I think realistically, I would be adding, if he's got an itch to scratch, add an Explorer 1. That'll be a great piece. You'll love it.
Agreed.
And the other thing is, if he's got two Datejust, he can always give one to his son in the future.
Correct.
So I wouldn't be so.
Really, I mean, well, I don't know. For an Asian gal, probably too big. You're right.
I think it's a great little collection. I love it. I really do love this collection. It just something about it that works for me. So I'm
wait a minute. You think he's Asian? His name is Jeremy?
I've got his last name here.
Okay. All right.
It's confidential. He wants to keep it private. Okay. Look,
if Jeremy has further questions, or if he needs more in-depth
Oh,
consultation,
actually, no.
what can he do?
He's paid $50. I mean, I wouldn't
Okay.
shaft this guy. He gets anything free. I got to tell you the truth. Please don't sell a piece off. I don't want to encourage flippers. I think that could be dangerous. I would like you to just add slowly. That's what I would prefer you to do. Just add slowly. Explorer 1. It's screaming out. That's such a perfect watch. If I was 70 kilos lighter, that's what I'd be buying.
Gold date or gold date just?
No, I'd be buying an Explorer 1. Explorer 1. I reckon that's what I'd do. I reckon it's a beautiful collection. He's got some really many bases covered. I quite like this collection. I quite like it, Clive. I quite like it. So hey,
1503 or 15037?
Sorry, 1503
or 15037?
1803, don't you?
No, the date just.
1603
or 16037. Sorry.
Yeah. And those numbers are slightly wrong.
I suffer from adult onset dyslexia.
Yes. No, that's okay. Clive, I would say add an Explorer 1. Add an Explorer 1. It's screaming out. He's gonna love it. It's gonna love it so much.
And so it's kind of close to the, well, I still think gold, but if he can get away with an Explorer 1, why not?
And okay, Clive, let's wrap it up. That's enough of live shows for today.